sorts of different shows. I did a show, one hospital was giving away their service pins for years of service. They gave out 292 service pins. 200, and people walked to the stage, got their pin, walked back. 292, I got on stage at midnight. I looked around and said, I think I got my 5-year pin just sitting here.
Yes, it happens. Sometimes the event I'm performing at runs out of meals for the attendees. They have meals for some of them, but they don't have meals for all of them. Once it was at a big show for like 4,400 people. It was a plated dinner, not a buffet, and they ran out of dinner for 1,500 people. Yeah, 1,500 people. How do you miscount that? It was an employee appreciation dinner, too. Great way to be appreciated. Yeah, I was doing comedy, and then I was emceeing The Magician and The Mentalist act. So it was set to be a fun night, but they had to keep postponing the start. I'm not sure if they were trying to get more food in or what, but it was getting late. I had to go out once to tell the people that we were going to start late, and of course, once I walked on stage, I got a huge applause and cheering until I told them that we'd be delaying the start even longer. Yeah, a lot of sighs. After about an hour, though, of waiting, a few hundred people left, and they were pissed. But most of them stayed. So finally, they decided to go ahead with the show. And when I walked on stage the second time, I thought people would be upset, but those that stayed were still, thankfully, in a great mood. Everyone knew what happened by then, that we were out of food, and I felt like pulling back the curtain and saying, "Hey, I found them." But the meeting planner was backstage crying. Apparently, this was the first year that she had blown off the local caterer and gone on with a big-name caterer, and this is what happened. I figured after the event, she probably went straight to the phone to apologize to the local caterer. The show went great, though, and even the people who didn't get dinner had a great time. Another meal shortage happened in Las Vegas at the Flamingo Hotel. They kept pushing the start time off and off until finally the client told me that the hotel had run out of meals, but was able to put something together for the people who didn't get a meal. And yes, this was a plated dinner, too. When I finally got on stage, though, I had a great line to open with. Since it was the Flamingo Hotel, I said something like, "Yeah, I know there was a meal shortage tonight, but the hotel was able to whip something up. And I noticed that a few of their flamingos are missing from the pond." Yeah, I got a good laugh and the show went well. And one other memorable time when there was a meal situation was a little different because there were no meals. I got to the hotel banquet room a little early to see the room and maybe catch the sound guy for an early sound check. I walked in and there was nothing. No tables, no stage, no chairs, no sound guy. I saw some banquet servers walking around kind of cleaning up things, and I said, "So, where is the sound guy?" They said, "No sound guy." I said, "Where are the dinner tables?" They said, "No dinner." I said, "Oh, yeah, there's a dinner." They said, "No, no dinner." I said, "Well, I'm the comedian, and I flew in for this. I know there's going to be a dinner." After a little back and forth with the guy, I decided I should probably tell the client. She was like 8 months pregnant at the time, so I didn't want to shock her into having her baby, but I knew I had to tell her. She was at the registration table, and so when I went and told her about the meals, she went running back to the room. She got the same response, no dinner. After she made a few calls, though, the hotel was able to whip up a dinner. I think it was pasta, or spaghetti as we call it. The attendees didn't realize that there was a problem, though, and all was well. The show went great, too, and there was no need to even make a joke about it. The takeaway tip from this is to use your judgment. Handle similar situations differently because there's really no set rules. At the 4,400 person show, it would have been bad to make fun of the meal shortage because the client was backstage crying. At the Flamingo show, it was perfect to make fun because people got a meal and just a good hotel to make fun at, the Flamingo. And then at the last one, no need to even mention it because nobody knew. So it would just make the client look bad. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Feel free to check out my website, theworklady.com. This is Jan. Take care and enjoy your journey.